Hello everybody, this is my movie review of Remember You, also called Don't Forget Me, starring So, Jung Song, and Kim Ha Nal. Okay, I remember her from Gentleman's Destiny, or I remember that drama. She was beautiful. And then of course him, he's been in many movies. He's been also in Athena, Padan Padan, Daisy, and I think The King, he was in that movie too. Alright, spoilers, you have not watched this movie. Basically, if you know my movie reviews, I talk about everything. Well, not the whole movie, but I am going to talk about the moments I liked. So, the movie is about Seok and Kim Ji Young. Yeah, there's something. So anyway, Seok is the main character. He forgets 10 years of his memory. And it's crazy. He's trying to get it back and all that. And then he meets Youngjin at the hospital, and she's just crying, and during this whole movie, I'm like, there's a backstory. I'm like, what's going on? Like, is she shady? Is she a swindler? Is she just trying to get him for his money? Or is she, like, he was married to someone else, and she... Oh, hi, hello. So there's a car accident and stuff like that, so they meet. So he keeps going back and forth. He's also a lawyer. His partner is trying to get him, like, to come back to work, and then this woman, she has a case about her husband being missing. He doesn't remember nothing. And then he goes to the doctor to get a doctor excuse. And then he sees Kim Ji Young, and she's crying. He's like, I just shit. You or something like that. Like, do you know me? And she starts crying, and then she leaves, and she forgets her prescription. And then they meet. And then he's scared to go into a bus because of the accident. So he steals his neighbor's bike. He's like, I'll return it later. Or something like that. So he's riding around in a bike, and then she sees him. He's like, come on, I'll give you a ride. Because he has her prescription. He's like, I can't get in. Next thing you know, they're just riding slowly. And the next, she bumps into a teddy bear. And he's like, oh, don't worry. I think it died 48 hours ago. And she's crying. She's crying her heart out. And then she hugs him like, no, just wait like this. And then his fear of driving went away because he drives her to his house. And the next thing you know, they wake up together in the same bed. I'm like, woo! They did the nasty. And then she's like, you don't remember anything, huh? So supposedly they had a good time. They drank. He had these cones. He's running away with them. They're just having they're having a blast. And they're moving quick. I'm like, shoot. Next, she's moving in with them. And then they're meeting each other. Then they're getting married. And there's this priest. And I'm like, is that an ex-boyfriend? But he keeps calling her Nuna, so... You know how it is, like, we call someone older like Nuna, but I'm like, is it really his Nuna? That's why I was like, So they keep going out and more, and then we find out she was a stewardess, because her supervisor came, and I'm like, whoo, 아주머님, 이쁘다. 결혼하세요? She was hot. I was like, whoa. But anyway, next thing you know, she's falling for him, and then she's like, let me move in. I'm falling in love with you. And they move each other. It's all happy times. They're having good times. It's all like lovey-dovey. And then more comes, and then they want to get married, and then they ask for a witness, and then they got a witness, and then I'm like, what is going on? And then he gets a call about his mom, and he's like, my mom died when she was 11. And then he goes there and visit, and he's like, And he's like, didn't you have a ring? Like, yeah, Lee Po Young or something like that. And then he gets a memory, because he has a memory of a girl in the hallway, and he's like a date, and he's like, can't remember it. And then he's having a rough weekday because he gets in a fight with her, with Jin Young, and then his mom dies. And he's not really like feeling anything for it. He's not crying. He's just like he has no. He's like, yeah, he feels like sad, but it's just like I can't feel anything because he doesn't remember anything. And then he has a memory saying like, how come you haven't died yet? Damn, because his mom, he remembers that his mom abandoned him when he was young. And then his case with this woman, supposedly when all this happened, he said, I'll make the report that your husband's missing. Do not say that you went to his office to visit. Because while this is happening, the prosecutor is talking friendly to him. He's like, what, you can't speak to your classmate in a formal way? I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay. Because remember, he's lost 10 years of his memory. And then the husband is alive. he ran away from his wife because he said he's scared of her and because the business is in debt and he doesn't want to deal with that. And he ran away with another woman. I'm like, ooh, this is sick. And then he's calling her, you know, and all that. I'm like, ooh, okay, she's mad. Because at first we're like, the movie kind of made me think like, were they a thing or something? No, that didn't happen. And then she leaves and he's looking for her. And then he left a note. Well, she left a note. Ji Young left a note. Upon reads it, and then he sees a wedding video because they're planning to get married. They're already been married. They were a couple already, and like, oh no, because the thing is, the memories start coming back when he visits this girl that was in his head, Boyoung, and they were dating. And then the thing is, she liked him, but he didn't like her because they met when they were in college. And he just like fell for her instantly. And then it was funny because Boyoung had her friends. He's like, she likes you. And he didn't ever read that because they're at a baseball game and a fly ball comes and he's like, ah! He covers her. Not the one he's out on a date. I'm like, oh. Because I was thinking, and then me, I'm like, whoo. Call me. But all that, I was like, so all that happens and then he goes back. He plays the wedding videos. He's remembering everything that's happening. And then his son, he remembers. I'm like, oh crap. And then right there, I'm like, there ain't no son. I'm like, yeah, the son has passed away. They didn't show how, but I'm going to tell you in a minute. So it's all these good memories. And then his son, and then the dog. And then, because there was a dog barking at him, like he knew him. And then this is how I know the dog actually is his dog. So he remembers everything. He's looking at everything. He's like, Dongwoo. He's like, or yeah, Bigfoot. Oh, and his son, he's remembering, and then he's crying, and then she's like, I want him back too, and then he doesn't remember, and then finally he does remember what happened. He remembers the other memories where they were arguing, and she says, I want a divorce. And he's like, no, let's talk about it. Like, oh, one side can't want a divorce, it has to be mutual. They're in the car, but they had like a father-son moment where he buys him a puzzle. And he's like, don't lose the pieces like you lose all the time. He wasn't scolding him, he was just telling him like, don't lose. And then what happened is they had to stop. He had his window open and 2 pieces fall out of the car. His son gets out of the car into traffic, and then he goes there and he gets hit by the car, and because of the force, he didn't mean to let go. It's just his son went flying to the other side, and he got. I was like, damn. And then you see him just bawling and crying. I'm like, wow. Because the whole time I wouldn't know that. I was like, they're linked. I know they're linked. And then I'm like, that's his wife. And then they show what happened. He blamed himself for his death because he's like, I'm sorry, be on it. And then he is really doesn't have the will to live because every time he's remembering, he doesn't want to eat. He doesn't want to do anything. He's forgetting. And then finally, he seems cool. She's a stewardess and all that. Her work. One day, when she comes back from work, he slits her wrist. He wanted to commit suicide back in the hospital, and then he does forget. And then after that, all this, and then he cuts his foot, and he says, "Loser." He forgot again, and now I'm like, oh crap, I think he has dementia. And she leaves, and then he reads the paper with her name, Kim Ji Young. Because in the beginning of the movie, he went to a police station saying, I want to file a missing person report. And he does, and then the cops call her, and then she's looking for him. Because at first, she wasn't giving up. She was just like, and then she does love him. And then after that, she found him. It's like, it's okay, I'll tell you. She told him who he was, birthday, what he did, and then it doesn't matter. Every day, I'll keep telling you. I'm like, oh, this woman loves him. I was like, wow. I mean, I wouldn't say it had a happy ending, but she's gonna stay by his side. So I get that was cool, yeah. Because at first I'm like, what? They're moving too fast, but I'm like, no. They've been together. It's like playing. If you ever watched The Notebook, it's kind of like that. I wouldn't say he has Alzheimer's, But he reads to her that book, and then when she remembers, it's like even though it's like a minute or two, it's just that joy of love. He's like, you remember, baby, and then she forgot, kind of like that. But I was like, this was a good movie. I enjoyed it. All right, please come and subscribe and take care.